The wrestling community sucks. It's as simple as that. You aren't allowed to have fun, you aren't allowed to have an opinion, and the worst part is that you aren't allowed to enjoy what you love without someone shitting on it. Look, it's simple. The wrestling community today, there's way too much gatekeeping. The idea that whatever you like is superior to the other. There's this toxic group of fans who, no matter how good or bad the product is, will always find ways to consistently bash it and bring it down, which really begs the question, why do you even watch it if you just want to put it down? Here's the thing with wrestling, it's subjective, meaning it's all based on your personal feelings and opinions, but some people will instead disguise their opinion as fact. They think that what they say is what you need to believe, and there's no going around it. People in the internet wrestling community, or IWC, go so far that they start to attack people's religious beliefs, the color of their skin, their family, all because of one thing, because someone else sees professional wrestling in a different way than how they do. Like, let's say you're having an argument with someone and you make a your mom joke. How do you know that the person you're responding to, their mother didn't pass away when they were little, or if they even met their mom to begin with? It's these types of short-sighted comments that just make the community not fun. For my content, I'm a genuine believer that there's a difference between analysis and trashing. Analyzing a wrestling product is one thing. You should give your constructive and candid thoughts on a product, but crapping on it just makes no sense. The only reason people will crap on pro wrestling instead of looking at it through a neutral lens is because they want to feed their own insecurities. Over the past little bit, the wrestling community has been the most toxic that I've ever seen it. People getting cancelled for no reason, people starting meaningless beef, people putting down other products, wrestlers, and promotions just to appear as a cut above everyone else. Wrestling fans think to themselves, why is wrestling dying? Those same people are the ones who will ask you to take sides or force you into liking what they like. You in turn are contributing to professional wrestling not growing. Maybe just introduce more people to pro wrestling, show them the good of it, and take less time to on it, and we'll all be good. Like, what's the point of watching something if you don't even like it? Gatekeeping. Calling someone a mark if they enjoy wrestling, an E-drone if they like WWE, an AEW sexual if they like AEW, using words like buried, ruined, jumping to conclusions. Just chill, guys, wrestling is not that serious. But the biggest offender in this community is Twitter. The amount of flag bearing, slander, and flat out bullying I see on that app is just upsetting. Every time you go there, the wrestling community has canceled someone for doing something that really isn't that offensive in the first place. Like, when did fans of such a barbaric show become so soft and get triggered at the smallest indifference? Cancel culture. The whole idea of canceling people based on past events or comments that were taken out of context. Look at last week. John Cena said that Chris Kanyon was not a good worker and nothing else. These were comments that were made on the Howard Stern show in 2006. 15 years ago. He simply stated something that was his own opinion, and people tried to cancel him for that. Like, if that's the direction we're moving, then the entire wrestling community should just be canceled. They trash everyone that comes into their path, but they say so much worse. I'll give you another example of this toxic nature. A little while back, it was announced that Triple H had suffered a heart complication. The same dude who's one of the greatest of all time, the same man who gave us the NXT we all love, the man who has a wife and kids to take care of, potentially fighting for his life, but instead of wishing him well, caring for his well-being, people brought up NXT ratings. They brought up Vince taking over NXT. They made it less about a man's life being at risk and more about how they could make this about themselves. What's even worse is that everything has become a ratings war. People seem to look more forward to seeing the ratings at the end of the week and showing their superiority rather than sitting down and enjoying the product they like. Everything that happens is looked at under a microscope. People are quick to cancel everything before even giving it a chance. Let's also keep spinning here. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, what's made things worse is this whole WWE versus AEW thing. Competition is great, but coming for each other's throats over a fictional, and it is fictional, television program? Come on. There's people who get so wrapped up in this war that they fail to enjoy what's right in front of them. You guys, life is too short to be arguing about a fictional television show. Put that energy somewhere else, and I bet you'll enjoy life way more. You'll succeed, you'll get to where you want to be. We need to have fun with pro wrestling, not make fun of pro wrestling. Treat Stan from Seattle the same way you do Sasha from Boston. People online will show all the respect towards a wrestler who doesn't even know they exist, but will be throwing hateful words, slurs, and disrespect to a person who on the other side is just trying to enjoy what they want or even have a rational argument with you. And that is completely fine. Having a rational, respectful, and constructive argument is great. I'm not saying don't have an opinion. Wrestling doesn't work without opinions. I'm saying that the way people are treated on these platforms needs to change. Because I'm sorry to even say this, but with the amount of bullying that happens, sooner or later, something bad is bound to happen. There's people in their 40s and 50s screaming into a camera about something that's completely out of their hands. All the credit to you guys, go ahead, but that's just unhealthy. Enjoy life. There's other things to it than just professional wrestling. I'm not saying this is everyone, but there's a huge portion of wrestling consumers who believe that their word is gospel and that nothing else matters. Here's the reality. No one person's word is correct. This clash isn't anything new. It's something that's been happening for years. But with the growing urge to show loyalty to one brand or another, it's only getting worse. Why would people want to interact in a community that instead of showing others, hey, this is our thing and we're proud of it, they just shit on each other. They just treat each other like shit. They act like 4-year-olds. They put down the talent who are risking their lives for our entertainment and further push down the name of professional wrestling. Why do you think everyone sees pro wrestling fans as complete dweebs? Here's the thing, guys. Humanity comes first. Wrestling comes second. Treat each other with respect, have logical debates, enjoy what you want to enjoy, introduce others to wrestling, and just try to make this community a better place. I've been seeing this, and it's just getting worse and worse. At the end of the day, we all love the same thing, and that is professional wrestling.